All right. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. We're going to talk about booking parties tonight. So I wore my party shirt just for the occasion. If you don't know me, my name is Rachel Atnett. I'm a Senior Executive Director of Color Street. I lead Team Nail Bling Queens, and then I'm also a leader on Nail Vibes Nation, Fingernail Fashionistas, member of Team Nailed It. We're going to share this training with some other leaders too. So we're not just going to talk specific for our team, but overall just how to get some parties booked and take advantage of this January host exclusive incentive set. Ironically, Life of the Party. So if you haven't yet closed out a party, if you already have a party link that's close to 300, I would recommend trying to get it there soon and closing one out so that you can get your hands on your own. So that way you can show it up close, hold it up to your VIPs, to your customers. So you can put it on maybe because we get 2 of them. You can kind of show people the beauty of it to kind of hype up the excitement. But real quick, let's talk real quick about why we need to, my notes would work, focus on booking parties. And then I'm gonna kind of give a rundown of the things that I have in my notes for ideas to share. And then if you also have other ideas, or if you have something to add to something I'm talking about, please unmute yourself at any time. I definitely don't want this to be just all about, just me talking. I want it to be kind of like a team chat type deal. So just a reminder that we are in a party planning business. So in the virtual office where you have that option to click parties, create party, that is not there just in case you want to have parties. That is there for our benefit because that is what our business is based off of. If we're not having parties, we're not growing our businesses. We're not reaching new customers to bring into our customer groups. We're not reaching new potential hostesses and new potential stylists. So this is not just about parties or sales, but this is also about growing your customer base overall, and continuing the cycle of the parties and even growing your teams, because that's where we meet our new potential stylists. So I'm gonna add something about our team at the end. I was gonna talk about it at the beginning, but since we're gonna share with other teams, we'll wait. Okay, so here's just an overview of the things that I have ideas to share about in case you have anything to add, or just to kind of give you a rundown of what we're going to chat about. So we're going to talk about, in order to get parties booked and take advantage of this January's Hostess exclusive promotion, we're going to talk about posting, so where to post, all the different places you can post, how to share in different ways about it, about going live, reaching out personally. And also I have notes. So I see a lot of you like taking notes, totally feel free, but I'm also going to share all of my notes that I'm looking at. So that way you don't have to frantically write down every single thing. So this will be shared, but feel free to jot down anything special that you feel like you really want to focus on. So we're going to talk about reaching out personally, sending voice clips, following up with guests of past parties, and who else that we can reach out to personally other than just our regular customers, such as past hostesses, friends and family, requesting them to kind of help you grow your business, offering different types of parties, because sometimes people just don't really understand what it entails, and sometimes someone may prefer one type of party over another, and that might kind of hook them in if they know that they have options. Using the email feature in the virtual office, using party booking games, both in VIP groups and in your parties, in your current parties. Sorry, I just lost my spot. Offering to swap out the exclusive sets for other sets, because let's be real, not everyone has the same taste. So maybe someone sees the exclusive sets for this month and they're just not a fan. So they might think, I don't really have a reason that I should host this month specifically. Offering free sets, including retired or exclusive sets for booking, doing special giveaways for your hostesses, doing multi-hostess parties, such as like a mega party of your own guests, and or Battle of the Hostesses, hosting a girls' night in your own VIP group with like a special guest star hostess, doing mystery hostess parties, and upgrading prizes at any time to a free set or 2 for hosting. And then I just also reached out to some senior executives for extra ideas, and they just added the idea of doing like double host, like splitting hostess rewards. So like if someone is nervous about their party not doing well, they could have a guest like a dual hostess basically. So like them and their family member or friend could have a dual party, and split the resources. And then also you can do like an affiliate referral link. So those are the different things that we're going to talk about tonight. So I'm just going to kind of go in the order that I had listed. And then if you have anything to add, please feel free to unmute yourself. And then also, if something kind of goes off of that that's a different idea, feel free to interrupt at any time. You can use the chat as well, or just unmute yourself and interrupt me so that you're not just listening to me talk. All right, so first of all, we want to share this Hostess exclusive Life of the Party. So we have images and graphics from corporate, of course, and then as stylists are getting them in, then we can share nail feeds of them as well. But the sooner that you personally get one in, you can put them on your own nails and show them off in your VIP group, live, taking pictures, or like just, in video showing up close. So we want to post in every place possible. So don't just post in your VIP group and think it's done. If you have a business page, remember that you can post this anywhere, including your own business page or personal page or Facebook stories, because it is a company-wide incentive. We don't have to limit this just to our closed VIP group. The only things that we can't do is add extra special incentives that we are offering, just because that is something that has to stay in our closed VIP group. That can't be public. But I think one thing that we forget about is going into our past parties. I think it's a little bit more of something that I hear of as people posting in current parties, but going back into past parties, that whether they were successful or not, and showing this hostess exclusive and incentive, because you never know who may be interested. So does anyone else have anything to add about where you can post? Different places you can post?
I never really used it very much, but use your story. I literally got 2 people that I would have never thought would have wanted to post, and they're like, hey, what are the details to get these? And I kind of mentioned it, and now one of them said yes, and the other one's like, let me think what date's going to work best, because I guess she's super busy, but still, like, use your stories. I did not utilize it as much as I should. Definitely do.
100%. And also in stories, remember that you can go live in your Facebook story. So I like to go live on my personal page, and then share it to my business page, share it to my VIP group, share it to parties, because I have a public Facebook page. So that way, potential customers and potential hostesses, stylists can see me and get to know me on my personal page. So, but you can also do it in your Facebook stories. You can go live as well. It doesn't have to just be a post. And you can also do like polls in your Facebook story, like what do you think of this set? Like there's one where there's like a pretty eyes that you can do, like how pretty you think something is, or like yes no questions, or different things you can do in your Facebook stories, as well as going live. So that's all about posting and sharing, but we don't want to just go ahead.
Can I hop in too?
Yes, please.
So I was actually thinking the exact same thing that Liz was, because I actually just got like my first order from somebody on my Facebook page because they saw stuff in my stories.
Yes.
But also that like kind of pushed me to make sure that I was occasionally posting on Snapchat too, and on Instagram, like, because I've like watched trainings on Instagram, and I don't like do it to like the full, like, also running an Instagram nail page that well.
Yeah.
But when there's things like this, or when I think about it, I do it, because that at least like reminds people in my network that I still sell Color Street. And then like I posted this as well, so it shows them those specials.
Yes. And when I say post about like VIP groups and stuff, I know a lot of us do stuff mostly on Facebook. Personally, I have a way bigger following on Facebook, but this year at the beginning, especially of like COVID, I focused a lot more on sharing on my Instagram too. I do have an Instagram nail page, but I try to also, try to do like a weekly nail fee on my personal Instagram, and using my stories always in Instagram that just kind of link to the Facebook story. So that way you don't have to like do it in 2 different places. But yes, including, I need to add that to my notes too, not just Facebook, but also other platforms, Instagram. People are somehow utilizing TikTok sometimes now. I haven't gotten into all that, but if you have, or you want to like share something about how to like make something cool in TikTok, some kind of fun video, that's awesome, but that's not me. Thanks, Jessica. Anybody else have anything to add about posting? All right. So then let's go ahead and move on to reaching out. So we never want to just post and leave it at that and assume that, you know, oh, people saw my post. I actually just shared this in my team chat I think yesterday. I had a girl from another direct sales company reach out and say, hey, I know you saw my post about XYZ, but just wanted to make sure that you knew how the math worked, like the great deal that you could get this month. And I told my team I had on my brain to order from her recently, but I've just been so busy and I hadn't gotten to it. And had she not reached out personally to me, you know, making sure that I didn't miss out on that, I wouldn't have started my order, which I need to finish. But we're all busy. So don't think that just because Facebook says that somebody saw something that they just don't want to order. Reach out personally through personal messages, emails, if you're on like a texting base with people who are like friends and family that you know feel comfortable to text that way, and also sending voice clips. I know for me personally, when I hear someone's voice, I feel more connected with them. And I feel like I can hear when they're being genuine versus when they're being like fake and spammy or just like wanting to get a sale. So when you reach out personally to people, always be personal, include their name, start by, hi, so-and-so. It's usually pretty obvious if you do some kind of copy and pasted message, but if you at least start with their name, that's less obvious. But if you send a voice clip and you talk about something like, hey, I just wanted to say thank you for your recent order. I really appreciate your support, and also wanted to make sure that you saw this awesome exclusive hostess set for this month. I would love to help you earn some free sets for hosting a party, or you know, however else. Cindy says, I have a Facebook chat for those VIPs who want immediate info. Awesome, that's amazing, Cindy. And I know another stylist in some training recently said that she has an actual like separate Facebook groups, especially for her hostesses. So it's like the VIPs of the VIPs or something like that. I forget how she called it. But yeah, anything that is super exclusive to your customers. But just remember that we don't just want to post and leave it. We want to reach out personally. Voice clips are great. Being personal, starting with something that's not just like, hey, do you want to host a party? And then also one thing that Kelly France has shared that has helped her, and I honestly don't know if I've done this yet. So if you have, feel free to share. But she said that she likes to add you know, kind of sharing her why or her goal, like I'm working hard to reach this goal for whatever. I know for me personally, when my team's close at the end of the month to like some kind of big goal or sales goal, like I'll share that with my VIPs as a whole. I don't know if I've really done that in personal messages, but she says that, you know, it helps because as women, we want to support each other. And if we know that we could help our stylists out, you know, if you've made those connections, then your customers are going to want to support you and help you out by doing whatever, whether it's hosting a party or placing an order, if you guys, you know, if you're trying to hit a goal or whatever. But then when it comes to reaching out, remember that we can also use the email system in the virtual office. And I did write down how to do that, like what to click on. So you start with a menu, and then you click on orders and contacts. Again, I have all of this in notes, so I'll share it. Then message center, and then it's going to ask for you to run a report. And then you just click on the little purple envelope icon, and then you can create an email for all the customers who have ever ordered from you, as long as they haven't unsubscribed. And you can attach, I think, 2 images. So you could upload the picture of life of the party, like the promo, and then maybe like a close-up of it, or whatever else. I like to attach like my business card with my face, so that people, when they see it, you know, they see my branding, they see my face, it kind of reminds them, oh yeah, that's that nail girl. Or, you know, if it's not someone who orders all the time. So I personally like to do that. And then Maria says, do I remember correctly that you'll be posting the full one later? The full notes? Is that what you're talking about, Maria? If so, yes. But anyways, using, I And it's recorded, yes. So using the VO and then reaching out personally. Anyone have anything to add about reaching out personally to customers?
I can just say real fast, yes, the voice clips is a huge thing, because I know I reached out, I think, to 15 girls yesterday, got 3 to book, and now I've been like communicating, like you said, on a personal level with some of them, and I have one that is possibly, instead of hosting, she's going to be enrolling and hosting her own party.
Awesome.
So it's like just being able to have that communication, and like you said, them hearing your voice, them knowing that you're talking to them and not everyone as a whole is huge. So I used to hate doing voice clips, and I have definitely benefited from those too.
Oh man, I hate typing because I'm on my phone so much. I feel like I get carpal tunnel. So when I can just talk, that everyone's probably like, Rachel, can you shut up? You're always talking. But yeah, Jessica B says, voice messages all the way. Just booked 2 parties today. Awesome, love it, ladies. And that reminds me, when we're reaching out to people, how many people to reach out to at once. So Liz, I know you guys. You had a 100 no's challenge. I forget if anyone else was doing that. I know I just pulled a winner for that from like summertime. but yeah, so whenever you're reaching out, remember that what's the statistic? Like 1 in 10, you'll get like 1 yes for approximately every 10 people that you reach out to. So you don't just want to be like, okay, I have like 3 people I could reach out to. And if you do get 3 yeses out of that, then congratulations. And I would like to say that it's probably not going to happen every time. But if that's you, then great. But I like to recommend at least 10 people at a time. And if you've heard of the 100 no's challenge, there was a training on that. And then I know that I pulled the 100 no's like checklist thing, I think from the Stylist app under resources. Cindy says Girls Night In has been huge for me getting parties over the last 6 months. Yeah, and so Cindy, I'm going to talk about NGNIs and Girls Night In using party booking games, and you can use them in VIP groups too. But Cindy, if you have something specific that you do in your GNI, feel free to share. And again, you guys can unmute yourself at any time to add on to anything. All right, so we talked about posting, going live, reaching out personally. The 100 no's is great. Just to kind of remind you that if you reach out to every 10 people, you might get 1 yes. And that's not just about booking, that's about, anything at all, even like the Stylist opportunity. Haven't been able to get any booked with Girls Night In. Avery, we're going to talk more about Girls Night In and some things you can do in Girls Night In to try to get more bookings. I don't want to forget anything on my list, so I'm going to try to go down the list and then talk about them as we get there. Okay, so who else can we, or let's talk about who we can reach out to. So obviously at first thought, when we're thinking, okay, we have this great promo, we want to reach out to our best customers. But we don't just want to resort to our best customers. We want to reach out to everyone that we can think of. And so you want to go back to old parties and not only just post in them, but reach out to the people, especially those that ordered. If you have not yet followed up with the people that ordered in these parties, that's a great opportunity to start with a follow-up, just saying, hey, thanks so much for ordering from so-and-so's party. Just wanted to make sure you got your order. And a great excuse now, if you haven't reached out to follow up in the last month or 2, is, hey, I know the mail's been really crazy lately. Just wanted to follow up and make sure you got your order. And then if they say yes, you can go into, have you gotten to try it yet? Let me know if you've had any issues. And that way, if they have had some kind of application issue, you can give them tips. But then if they say, yes, I've tried it, I love it, that's when I immediately hop on the, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you love your nails. I'd love to see a picture. And also wanted to let you know about this great promo that the company has right now going on, and then anything else that you want to add. An offer to help them earn free sets by hosting a party. Remember, when you're offering the party opportunity, the hosting opportunity, don't make it about you. Don't make it about, will you host a party? Make it about, I want to help you earn free sets because I appreciate your support. I appreciate your order in this party. I appreciate you being one of my best customers, etc. And then, yeah, so Maria is asking about like new stylists. If you're a new stylist, you don't even have best customers yet, right? And I'm gonna get there too, Maria, with something that'll work for newer stylists as well. Cindy says that She uses graphics for Girls Night In and asks the question about booking that they have to answer to get into the drawing, and consistently received at least 3 to 4 yes answers. Yeah, so that's one of the ways that you can do it, is if they have to, in a Girls Night In, if they have to comment on every single post to be entered to win, you can have some kind of graphic about hosting a party. I know I've seen one that's like, I think it might have been from Monica RC, like, would you rather host a party or would you rather become a stylist? Kind of like a this or that, or would you rather? And then there can just be like a, I know I've done stuff where it's like hostess wanted, and then I have 2 options. Have you hosted with me before? Let us know how fun and easy it was, or how much you loved your hostess rewards. And then if you haven't, what's holding you back? So that's what I've done before. Maria. But again, anyone feel this is like supposed to be like a conversation type thing. So if you have anything to add or questions, feel free to unmute and hop on in. So yes, reach out to guests of recent parties, do a follow-up first, reach out to past hostesses. Sometimes we forget that, especially if you've been around, like if you've been here for 6 months to a year, it is time for those hostesses who have already hosted a party with you, it's time for them to host again, because they're probably ready for some free nails. So just because someone has hosted once, don't feel like they are, out of the question. Those are people that probably want to host again because they probably already have a party group that you created for them that you can reuse. I love doing that when I already have a party group created for somebody, and then we just go back and use it because it's already got a bunch of people in it. We just kind of boost the algorithm with some interactive posts, and then get back into it, and she can invite more people. Then Maria, obviously we talked about best customers, but then Maria said if you don't have best customers yet. So sometimes, even if you're an experienced stylist, you might have best customers, but your people are tapped out at the moment. So in that case, I've always told my mom this: what do you host for parties that have already been done? A hostess's second party. Avery, I always change the party theme. And if it's like mostly all the same people, I do less about like what is Color Street and more like interactive stuff, more this and that, more stuff like showing off the nails rather than what is it. Hi, honey. And then anyway, so I always tell my mom that whenever I am in a last resort, like I am so desperate one day, hopefully it never happen, doesn't happen, but because when I joined, I invited every Facebook friend of my mom and dad's to my VIP group, and a lot of them became my customers immediately. That was like a little sneaky thing that I did that was like obnoxious, but my group grew and so did my business immediately. But I've always told my mom, if I ever get desperate and need a party hostess, it's gonna be you. And then if my cousin Melissa hadn't already joined, I would have told her the same. Same thing with my Aunt Linda, or any other cousin or any female family friend, good friends, family. Tell them, reach out to them and say, hey, I could really use a favor. I'm really trying to jumpstart my business. I'm really trying to reboot my business. Maybe, you're trying to make a comeback from a slow holiday, or maybe you took some time off. But always think about who could you ask to do you the favor to host, and remind them it costs you nothing, and it would really mean the world to me if I could just or if you could host a party for me to help me with my business. So for people like Maria, for people like you that are new, that's what I recommend. Your mom's sitting right here. And then honestly, like my fiance just put his face through my ring light. That's what I was laughing at a minute ago. His mom is also going to do a party for me. We had planned before COVID to do an in-home, and she doesn't even do her nails a lot. She just wants to expand my network for me. So hopefully you have, some close friends or family that would possibly be willing to do that for you. And if not, then you're just going to start by inviting everybody, all your Facebook friends that you can to your group, reaching out, telling them about Color Street, offering a sample, and then you'll eventually get some people hooked that want to do a party. And then Jessica Trout says, I add in Girls Night In and take out a few posts, offer something special for Girls Night In. Yes, so Jessica, I've been doing just Girls Night In parties instead of like a week long. So when it's a repeat party, I'm always doing a Girls Night In. So thank you for adding that. But I know some people do like a week long party. Some people some people do like 5 days, 10 days. I personally like to do the one night girls night in, but then I create the group like on like a Sunday or Monday, and then, you know, do some pre-party posts for a few days before. And I like to do Thursday night girls night in. Then they have until Sunday to finish catching up on posts to be entered to win a free set. So that's just what I do personally. Okay, so we talked about who to reach out to, and where and how. Anyone have anything to add to any of that before we talk about offering different types of parties? That's what's next on my list. Nope. Okay, so this is not, I mean, it makes sense. We were just talking about this. So everybody has a different style, and you have to do what works best for you. But thankfully, with our Facebook scheduler, we can really make anything work for us as long as it's in a closed group. Okay. One thing that you can tell your hostesses is that there are so many different options for parties, and you can give them the option unless you personally just, you know, have certain things that work for you. But different types of parties or different lengths of parties that you can offer are something like a week-long party, like we just mentioned, or a one-night girls' night in. But remember, it doesn't always have to be online. Some people have done texting parties. I've done one once upon a time. I don't love it just because you can't schedule it, and because it's kind of like, I feel like I'm throwing out so many, because think about how when someone sends you a picture in a text, it comes as like individual pictures. I guess now with iPhones it could come as an album, but you could offer to do text parties, especially if they're not on social media. Some people do them on Instagram now, but they do have to be within a closed account. But think about other ways like catalog or basket parties for local friends or family or people that you know. Now, there's been trainings I've seen, like in Team Nailed It, there's one on basket parties. I've done basket parties, quote basket. I really just only offered it really to my customers that I trusted with my stash, because I gave them basically one of everything in my stash. And, you know, we counted ahead of time, made sure that we knew how many sets they got. I gave her catalog, samples, etc., and she took it to work and wherever for a week or two. And then whenever she was done, then I basically took all the money cash, or they could Venmo me or her, or I think what she did was she had them Venmo her, and she just kept a running total of what they ordered or what they got out of my stash, and then she just sent me one big Venmo payment, and then I just replenished the order and then gave her what she would have earned as the rewards. So you can think about that. And even just a catalog party, giving or sending or mailing or giving your hostess a bunch of catalogs and samples. And then maybe just a handful of sets, as like maybe one of each that you have. Maybe send a French set, a glitter, a solid, a clear, a petite as samples to show people so that they can kind of look at what they'd be getting. And then they can order through a party link that you make for her. Obviously, like in-home right now is going to be a little bit more tricky, but some people are still going to want to do an in-home party right now. Like I have one booked in a couple weeks, and I told her I'll stay masked. I'll wear my nail boss mask, and she's going to do it little, less than 10 people. So if you're comfortable with that, feel free to offer that to a hostess. And then another thing that I really enjoyed during the first quarantine months was doing Zoom parties. So I would tell her, you know, we could do like a girls' night in, or we could do a week-long party, but also include a Zoom night. So something like everyone hops on at the same time. I would do a scavenger hunt. I know recently for my team Christmas party, I did one with my girls where, you know, I would just say, okay, on the count of 3, everyone go grab this. First person back gets a point. And you can make it like any kind of items that you want. It can go with the theme of your party. Whatever. You can show sets live. You can ask their favorite colors and show different sets you have in your stash that are in those shades. You can answer questions live, do tips and tricks, do a live application, etc. So Zoom parties are fun as well. Does anyone else have anything to add for different types of parties that you could offer to your customers? Different options of how they, affiliate links. Sorry, that's not really a party, but affiliate referral link, basically. So if they don't want to actually do the party, but they want to share a link and, you know, buy from their own party to earn rewards, that's an option as well. But anything else that I'm missing for different types?
I just wanted to add, go ahead. Go ahead.
Jess?
Okay, I watched a training today by somebody, I don't know where she is in the company, but with Color Street, and she did something called a wear and share party, where she sent out little bundles to like 10 of her people, whoever wanted to try them. And they just had a couple catalogs with her business cards on them, some twosies, and then like a little checklist for the person that was sharing. And it was, sorry, I'm trying to go back in my notes. She, on the checklist, it was like, you get a check for pretty nails to show off. And if the person doing it doesn't have a set of nails that they are ready to wear and share and show people, then she was going to allow them to shop her stash for a $10 set, which I thought was nice. Share samples with friends and family, invite friends to her VIP group, and that was like one of the little check marks. Show off the catalog.
So this is like a checklist that you give the hostess? Is that what? Okay, so it's basically kind of like a to-do list for your hostess?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then later on, like, there were gifts with some things, like if so many people ordered, then she would get a free set or some type of other gift. So
she kind of made it up, like what worked for her, or like a system. Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you watch this training?
On YouTube, I found it. I'd be more than willing to share it with you if you want to take a look at it and see.
Yeah, for sure, because I'm gonna share this with other senior executives on our team Nailed It, and so I'm sure there's gonna be questions about it because I've not heard of it. So yeah, if you can find that video and send it my way, that would be awesome. And
I need to watch it a couple times, so I'll send it your way.
And then I'll share in Fingernail Fashionistas and Nail Vibes Nation and Nail Bling Queens. Thanks, girlfriend. All right, moving right along to email. Okay, so party booking games. So that's one thing someone asked about in your girls' night in, or just in your VIP group or in your parties. How can you get people to book besides just reaching out personally or posting about your specials or incentives or whatever? So a party booking game, I just did one last night in my VIP group, so I'll go ahead and show you what it was. Usually there's something like this that is like, pick a number or pick a something and then reveal your prize. Of course, now I can't find it. And what you can, there it is. So this one was New Year's theme. It says pick a number, and then I said something like numbers can be chosen multiple times, but your offer or your deal or your prize has to be claimed by Sunday night at midnight. So this was a girls' night, and I did last night, and you could give it whatever time frame. So behind each number there was, and I got this from a graphics group. A lot of them, like if they chose the number one, it was these champagne glasses. So it says host a party with you and your friends in January. And so was the second one with numbers 2 and number 3, number 4. Some other ones might be you want a free mystery set from my stock. So maybe there's a set that hasn't been selling and you're just like, whatever, just get out of here. Or maybe a free accent pack to spice up your mani. But you can always upgrade it too, saying, so here's your offer, and you can make it up. You can do whatever you want it to be. You can win, or you can have a set of accent nails, or you can upgrade to a free set or 2 or whatever, an exclusive set or retired set if you want to host a party this January. And then, go into adding about this month's the perfect month to host because of our January hostess exclusive. Send them a picture of it. Make sure that they know how it works. Let them know about anything else that you're offering. But basically, you make them think that they're playing a game, or like, ooh, what's your prize behind the hidden door? And really, you're really just trying to hook them in for a party. So I personally, every single person who chose a number, I just said, all right, here's your special deal. You get an extra free set from me if you book by Sunday night at midnight. And then I told them about how I'm doing a battle of the hostesses this month. And then I, showed them the graphics and all that. So that is essentially a party booking game. Does anyone have anything to add about how you do party booking games, or other types of games that you do in parties or in your VIP groups that are like for specifically getting parties booked?
So I always will do like an early bird special and let them know that they'll like win a prize. And so their prize is 2 twosies, but they can upgrade to a full set if they book a party. So I've got a lot of parties that way as well. And then I wanted to, another party kind of thing you can do is if somebody needs help like fundraising for like a kid's, I don't know, competition team or whatever. I've seen people where they will host the party and their income, I guess, from that party, they will give to that person, but then save like the reward nails and stuff for themselves.
Yeah, so the only thing we just have to be careful for that is that since it's hard because we can't publicly say like we're donating our commission, but if the person that's like trying to do the fundraiser, if she, gets people into the group and then privately in the group you announce that, that's totally okay. Just but I know that people have asked a lot about fundraisers, like if we can publicly say, hey, I'm donating all my commission, because that's awesome, and I think that's great when people do that, but it's technically like a special. But yes, also to do some kind of fundraiser is a way that we can earn our own hostess rewards, especially this month if we're just trying to get $300 parties so that we can get these hostess rewards. And then, because I know I'm a hoarder of exclusive and retired sets, you guys know that, so that I can use them as incentives for the team. So yeah, that's a great idea as well. Thank you, Anna. What else are we at? Again, feel free to jump on in. I love the early bird special upgrade idea. Again, anything at all that you can upgrade a prize to a free set if they want to book. I know if you've seen in the official Color Street Stylist group, there's a training on mystery sets live. I did that in my VIP group once, and I need to do it again. I was waiting on getting more stands in, but I just got them in. So anyways, basically behind their set or with their set, they get to, there's a card, and some of them are like, here's your prize, but they could always upgrade their prize to 2 free sets if they hosted or whatever else, if they wanted to book a party. Or I just got one of the spin wheel things in. And so I'm going to do something with like a prize that if it lands on something, you get whatever, an exclusive set, a retired set, a free set, or 2 just for booking. So anything at all that you can make a prize, a free set for booking, do it. And remember that you're not losing out when you're giving out free sets for parties. I know that sometimes, especially like when you're first starting, it might be kind of hard to like let go of those, feeling like you're losing out. But remember that parties are how we grow our business. Without them, it's very hard to keep growing and to really start bringing in that income and really get a customer base that is going to be there to stay. So don't be afraid to give to get parties in return. When it comes to sets as well, like giving out free sets, anytime there's any type of promotion, I always offer to my VIPs, I will swap out any type of set for you if you want, if it's not your favorite. So like last week or whatever week that was, when they did the mystery sets, what was it? Buy 3, get 1 orders, get an extra mystery set. I know one thing that helped my customers dive in on that deal was I said, if you don't like your mystery set, send it back to me and I'll swap it with something from my stash, and they know that I'll swap it with anything that's a current set. And then I told them for this deal, because they get 2 sets of Life of the Party, and I did this too when we had like the Going Bandanas promotion and any other time, I just say, if you don't even like that set, I'll take both of them and you can have 2 of another retired or exclusive set that I have in my stash, or just 2 other sets that you prefer. Or if you want to keep one and swap out one with me, I'm happy to do that for you too. So that's another thing, that people like options, and just remember, give them options, and that may sometimes be what sells them on hosting or whatever it is that you're trying to do. But obviously we're focusing on hosting here. If you are like me and you hoard retired and exclusive sets for special occasions, take this as a way to get people to book parties, especially if you're struggling to book parties. Show some sets in your VIP group and do some kind of fun interactive posts like, ooh, who loves this exclusive or retired set, or who would want to get their hands on this set. Get a bunch of interaction, and then put in the comments or make a post saying, first person to book for this month gets this set for free, or here's my exclusive or retired collection, book a party this month and you get one for free on me. So use those to your benefit. It doesn't have to be just to sell. A lot of those we get with hostess rewards anyway. So if you need to use those to try to get parties booked, that's an idea as well. Another thing you can do is giveaways for your hostesses. So it doesn't have to just be like get a free set. You could do like, when Kate Spade has their big sales, like I just gave this away. I didn't physically give it away yet in my VIP group, but somebody won this last night. So if you see something on sale that's like, this is normally however twice as much, grab something on sale that's something that, a bunch of girls might want, and use it as like, all my hostesses this month are going to be entered to win XYZ. Or you can do other special goodie bags for hostesses. Like Liz, I know you've done like goodie bag hostess, like specific things, like nail clips or mineral fusion or like a mani kit, stuff like that.
Doing that I'm going live either tomorrow or Tuesday, because Jess actually showed us these. I wanted to actually show them. I have them like all together, but I have like a little goodie thing that I'm going to put together, but everyone loves that nail envy. They have these little tiny ones.
Oh, I missed those.
So I'm doing the nail envy with like a cuticle oil pen and like a nail file. So it's like a little nail pampering yourself.
Yeah, like a nail pack.
So, and everyone, we always talk about the nail envy. So I was like, why not get them? And they're on Walmart. So I'll put the link. I'll let you guys know that way, because it's nice to be able to kind of give that out to them for them to try without having to buy the big one.
Yeah,
so
for sure. Yeah.
I always have people that love to get those little gifts. So
yes. So giveaway or goodie bags. So we had talked too about, I had mentioned that with different types of parties that you can do, having a multi-hostess party. So like, for example, if Liz was worried about her party being successful, Liz and her mom might do a party together where they invite Liz's friends and her mom's friends and both their relatives. But another thing you can do other than that, like them splitting the rewards, is what I'm going to do this month. I know you guys have probably heard about Battle of the Hostesses, or like multi-hostess parties. So last Christmas, not this past one, but the one before, I did my first one with just multi-hostesses. So I did one big party group and had all my December hostesses invite their friends to it. And we did one big party that way. So it's a lot more interaction. I am going to do Battle of the Hostess this month because I don't have time to do all these little individual parties, but I want to maximize this exclusive, this host exclusive incentive. So all of my hostesses are going to be doing one big party in the same group. They're all going to invite all their friends and family to the same group. So it's going to help with boosting interaction and excitement as well. And then from there, what you can do is, if you've never seen Linktree, the way you can make sure that the links are organized. Let me show you my Linktree. You can have on your Linktree a different place. Like if you're shopping with this person, click here. If you're shopping with that person, click there. And the website is link, L-I-N-K, and then the word tree, T-R-E-E, but there's a dot in between it. So I can type it in the comments, but it's linktr.ee. And so it's free. And you can see here, I have like a sample request form. I've got a link to my Color Street story video. I've got where to click to shop my website, where to click for my VIP group, our considering group, yada, yada. But you can also add at the top there, shop with this person here, shop with that person there, and have a different link for each of them. So that way it stays nice and organized and you don't have to keep sharing a bunch of different links. So that's an idea if you want to do a Battle of the Hostesses. But another idea is to just do a party in your VIP group. And you could essentially have multiple hostesses with multiple links in your VIP group. I haven't done anything like that, and I don't even know if I've heard of anyone doing that. But what I have heard of people doing right in their VIP group is doing a party right there and having a guest hostess. So maybe you have one of your best VIPs who wants to host, but she's nervous about how well it will do or if she'll reach rewards. So you can say, no worries, I'm already having a girls' night in next week. You can be our guest hostess. And then any of my VIPs that order that night, that can help you earn rewards as well. I know Ashley, I think Ashley Doddridge, another senior exec on team, nailed it. Talked about this recently, and she said that it works for her because they only need a handful of orders, and so if she has a special for her girls' night in, then her VIPs help them to get the orders as well. Anyone have questions about that, or anything to add about different types of places to do your parties or multi-hostess parties? Another thing I did want to add is that when it comes to doing a party on Facebook, making a Facebook invitation with like an invite to a specific time, which is another reason I like the Girls Night In, and I got that from Monica Arce, is if you make the invitation and invite people and they RSVP to it, they're going to get, or I think even if they don't RSVP, they get a notification from Facebook an hour before it starts saying, reminder, Girls Night In and whatever group happening tonight. Laura says, do you give them their own party link for that? For this month, Laura, I will make different party links because of the Hostess exclusive, because all of them have to have 3 orders and get to 300. Normally, I might do it differently other times, but this month I'm going to give everyone their own links. So that way it can essentially, hopefully get to $300 in 3 orders so that they can try to earn those exclusive sets. But I wouldn't always do it that way, especially if it's like in my VIP group and it was like a guest hostess. I might not do it that way just in case it doesn't get to the 150 qualification. All right, almost done. Multi-hostess group and your group. So another thing that I know a lot of us have done is a mystery hostess party link in your VIP group, or just telling your group that you're doing a mystery hostess. That's just a way to, get more sales, but you can encourage people to order through that link, and you can say you're gonna, share the hostess rewards with everyone who orders, or it's essentially a mystery hostess would be like that you'd have one winner that's going to win all the hostess rewards, as well as the 2 exclusive sets if it gets to $300. That's not technically like a party, but it's a party link, so I wanted to mention it. And I think that's about it. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything in my senior exec chat. Anyone else have any random ideas that I just left out or forgot to add details on? Making sure I didn't miss anything. Really party booking group. Screenshot game. Okay, so it looks like some of these are more in depth. I'm going to have to read more about them, but I'm going to share the video. I'm going to share the notes, and then everyone, if there's anything in the chat that I had missed, I can add it to the notes. And then if you have anything, if you're watching the video later and you want to add to it, these will be shared in our team group. So feel free to add anything else in the comments. But I believe that is all. If no one has anything else to add, I'm sure there's tons more. I'm by no means like the party booking expert. I just like to party, clearly, and love to share the importance of it, and share what's worked for me and for our team. And so hopefully this has been helpful. Also, if you are on Team Fingernail Fashionistas with Erin Stones, so that means if you're on here right now, like if you're on the actual live, that means that's you. If you're on Nail Bling Queens and Nail Vibes Nation, you're also on Fingernail Fashionistas with Erin Stones. She is also doing a team mega party for us. Now that is going to be totally something separate. You don't want to just not book parties this month because of that, because that's not going to expand your customer base or future hostesses or future stylists, new connections. So you still want to do all your parties or get your parties booked. But I wanted to make sure everyone on our team knew that Friday, January 15th through Sunday, January 17th. So in like a week and a half or two. So Erin's going to share details, but we're going to have a team mega party. And the way that'll work is you can buy in for $10 for 10 guests, and you can invite 10 of your best VIPs. And we're going to take the $10 that everyone, all the stylists put in to buy mega prizes. So we did that in Nail Vibes Nation last December. And then I think in Fingernail Fashionistas as a whole, we did one the summer before. So I don't have all the details on that at all, but just wanted to give you a heads up. So if you like to do, like girls' night in on weekends, just so that you're aware that mega party is going to be happening, and you're going to have the opportunity to do 2 buy-ins max. So you could invite 20 of your best VIPs to that. But that shouldn't stop them from hosting their own party, because if they buy from you personally between the 15th and the 17th, they're going to be entered to win the mega prizes. But if they buy from like their own party, that'd be up to you if they were to be entered to win. I personally won't do it. If I'm doing it for the mega party, then they'll have to buy from like my own VIP link, not their own party. So anyways, just a heads up if you're on Fingernail Fashionistas, then, and if you're on live, then you are. So, all right. And if there aren't any questions, then thank you everyone for joining us, and I will be sharing the notes and the replay. And thanks for all the advice and help. Oh, good. I'm so glad that you feel the support. And you are very welcome. Hope everybody gets lots of parties booked this month. And good luck, and holler if you have questions. Bye, everybody.